What's going on, guys? Johnny Trades here, and it's official. I am in the $1 a day club. And what does that exactly mean? Well, guys, for most of you that watch my channel recently in the past couple of months know that I day trade. And even though I make, anywhere from $100 a day to $300 a week, now about $500 a week to, $100 per trade, another example of $100. And as you know, I document a lot of this throughout my journey. And we make a lot of money through day trading and swing trading, but I have not been giving you guys a full transparency on my long term dividend portfolio that I have on Robinhood. And we are going to actually go over that real quick. Now, unfortunately, with Robinhood, it doesn't really track anything other than the appreciation and your dividend payout. It also shows you per each dividend or stock or company that you invest in exactly how much appreciation you've got over time. And as I like those videos, I like watching those videos, I kind of compiled it all into one group. Now, we make hundreds of dollars a day trading, right? But I've officially crossed over exactly $1 a day through stock dividends. We're going to go ahead and go through that right now. Now, I know the screen is a little confusing. We're going to go over all this real quick. And if you want a spreadsheet like this, I'm going to give it to you guys exactly 100% for free if you find that you'd find value in this and you would want to use. Now, I'm not sure exactly what's going on here. We're just going to go ahead and go to delete. Okay, so as you can see here, we have a total of 11 income producing positions. And right here in the green, this is what you want to see here, is we actually make $1.16 every single day now, whether we work, whether we sleep, whether we get out of bed, whatever. We make $1.16 right now for technically the rest of our life, as long as these companies pay out these stocks. Now, what's great about this is with only $3,500 invested, okay, we're making about $426 a year, which is 12% exactly. 12% a year is very great for dividends. And not only that, some of these stocks will appreciate over time. So you may get a 12% dividend, but you might also get anywhere from 5 to 10%, even 20% in appreciation sometimes with some of these stocks that I'm going to reveal to you, some of these companies. Now, I have made some mistakes along the way. I haven't actually, always been at 12%. When I first started in 2022, we're going to give a quick example here. We're not going to spend too much time on this, but as you can see here, I had over 23 companies in my investing portfolio right here, 2022, and I only made $10 on 500 bucks, which was less than 2% for the year. 2% for the year. I literally could have invested in the S&P 500 and got 8 or 10% in 2022. Now, as you can see, a lot of these companies paid dividends, but there's a lot of companies that did not. Only 13 out of these 23 companies actually paid a dividend. Okay. Now here's all the dividend percentages, and as you can see, it wasn't the best tracked chart as it was the first year actually tracking dividends, but as you can see here, I made $10 in the very first year, or 2%. Now the 2023 going into the next year of tracking dividends, I was using WeBull and I was using Robinhood. Now they were separate accounts, but I was tracking them as a whole for dividends. Okay, and this is kind of how I started my YouTube channel. If you go back a couple years ago through some of my YouTube videos, which now we have over 700 videos, not only on day trading, swing trading, long-term investing, and now dividends. We're going to have a ton of other videos in the future as well on these same categories. Also talk about best stocks to invest in, crypto stocks, crypto news, trending stocks, etc. As well as trading early morning pre-market and during market open. And we trade during market open hours live for you guys every day. Anyways, besides the point, I started out with dividend investing many years ago before I switched over to day trading. And as you can see here, I had many more companies. I had 35 companies, and 29 of them were income producing. So a lot better. More, almost 30 out of the 35 were income producing. I kept my buying power low, and there's a reason for that. And I had about $1,800 in it in 2023. Now that's a big jump from $543 and making only 10 bucks or 2% to now having over $1,800, made $77 for the year and making about 5%. Okay, now that's a lot better. $10 in an entire year. Now I made $70 $77 in an entire year. At one point this month right here of $8, one month I made 8 bucks was more than almost the entire year. At one point, guys, I was only making a buck, less than $1 a month. Okay, and now here we are today. Here we go. We're gonna look at it. 2024. Here are the companies we own, and it's a lot less, right? We own 11 companies. 100% of all 11 companies are income producing, and my criteria was they had to have either a really good buy-in point when I purchased, a really good yield, and a really good um, overall market cap growth, not too much debt to equity ratio, etc. So Coney would be the one that's super high risk, as you can see here, 131%. But now, just take a look at this for 1 second here. We're going to delete this entire row of Coney. If I didn't have Coney, we'd be at 7% for the year. Now that's pretty good, but I wanted to get over 10% on the year goal. So I could have actually invested more into TWO and AGNC because they're at 13%. Maybe even ARB. I'll have to double check this one. This one says 34%, 43 cents a share. That is accurate. I may need to double check to make sure this isn't monthly. 34%. I don't remember it being that high. Let me double check on ARB real quick. Well, I'll double check on that later. But anyways, let me undo this before I forget. With Coney, okay, these are actual payouts from Coney. They have 131% annual dividend payout right now. And this just happened this year, guys. Okay, I got $26.90 in January, $10 in February from a single trade. And so now we are up 12% on the year. As you can see right here, 12% on the year, making $426 in the year, guys. That's a huge jump from 77 bucks last year and $10 the year before. Right? Now we did go from 500 bucks total to around $1,800 total. Oh, and I didn't even mention Robinhood on here. With Robinhood's 7% average and 5.5%, I gave it a 6% average for both of these combined. 6% average is a lot better than 2%. I pretty much tripled that in 1 year. And then now 12%. I've actually doubled that 6% from last year to 12% this year, making $426. But that's not the end goal. My end goal for this, oh, and I also double calculated my monthly average here, $35. So on this green, you could see I make $35.51 a month, $8.19 a week, $1.16 a day, and almost exactly a nickel an hour. That's pretty cool. To make exactly 1 nickel an hour, doing absolutely nothing. Have a nickel? Yeah. So every day, for every hour that goes by, every single hour that goes by, I make a nickel. Dink, 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 dink. Every single hour until the day I die, right? Or until they stop paying dividends. But what's cool about this is moving forward, I did put a work day and a work hour, so I make 20 cents a work hour right now. If you were to calculate, like, 8 hours a week times 40 hours, or 8 hours a day times 40 hours a week times whatever it is, my work day right now, I make $1.63 a work day. So in an 8-hour day, I make $1.63. So we're getting there. We're getting there, right? I mean, we're not quite there yet. Our goal is to make roughly $1,000 a month, 230 a week, $32 a day, $1.37 an hour, or 2 cents a minute. 2 cents a minute. Imagine every minute goes by, you almost get a nickel every minute. Every 2 minutes that go by, you get a nickel. Do, 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 do. Okay, so pretty cool. I mean, if you start thinking about it that way, like if you've ever played games before that, give you small amounts of money or minerals or time, small increments of time. They say, save a penny, saving a penny a day, you know, makes a dollar eventually. Well, it does. But why save a penny a day when you could make a penny an hour, or a penny a minute, or 2 pennies a minute, right? So that is my goal for this account. Now, we do have 10 shares on 11 companies. What I have been doing is keeping my buying power very low. Now, we were going to talk about this real quick. Keeping buying power low. Now, if I had $1,000 in here right now, we'll look at my average. It would go down to 9.4. So I also noticed that too. If I had too much money in my buying power, my percent would go down because my total yield I have toward my total account, including buying power. So I guess I don't necessarily need to include buying power, but this is how my Robinhood account reflects. Okay, so by not having a high buying power, keeping it low, say under 100, I can keep this 12% dividend yield for my account balance, right? Right now I have $3,561 in Robinhood that is making me money. Now, I did put the share prices. I have been trying to update this as much as possible. I last updated this on the 20th. So I'll go through an update. Some of these numbers may have changed. Average price per share may have changed slightly since you are watching this recording, but a lot of these prices should hold up or go up and pay out these dividends. So 82 cents per share, 17 cents per share, 48 cents per share. This pays $1 per share on Coney right now, which is its average, but it's been fluctuating between like $2, a dollar, $1.60, 2.70, $1.60, $1.50 per share per month, which is just insane phenomenon. So I'm just going to keep holding on to Coney. And now, with that said, my biggest month was in January, making $61.80. Now, guys, that is insane because last year I made $77 plus 3. So I made 80 bucks. In an entire year, I made 80 bucks. And the year before that, I made $10. And look at this. In a single trade, in a single position, $10 that month, $26 in this trade for this month, for a total of $61.80, which, like, again, is almost the entire year's worth in the first month of January. Okay. Now, February was a little slower at only $20, but that gave me $81 right there. $81. This was $81. So in 2 months, I matched my entire year's dividend in 2 months. March was 38. April was 59.50. Okay, and what I try to do was highlight the double-digit payouts. That's why these are bold. They're double-digit payouts. Like I made $16 in this single trade. 27, 10, 16, 26. Okay, 10. Now, May was a little slower, only 10 bucks in May. I've been trying to find some companies that maybe will pay in May to bring this up above the $20 mark because this is the only one that is not above $20. All the rest are above $20. June, $30. July, $55.50. So literally almost three $60 months. And then August, 20 bucks. And then in September now is around $24.10. October, November, and December have not happened yet, and September technically has not happened as it is only the 23rd. So when see how these are highlighted? This is meaning that these are locked in months. All profits are accounted for and locked in. They should never be changed or moved. And then September, October, November, December is a rough estimate. Again, these dividends can go up. They cannot get paid out. There could be special payouts where I get even more or a double payout sometimes. I know Glad likes to do that. And TWO. So that'll be nice if they give special dividend payouts in December toward the end of the year. Right now, tracking $426, most of that already locked in. Just a couple more months left in the year. 12%, and guys, we are getting to our goal. If we can get to $12,000 in dividends a year, that would be amazing. That would be amazing. But you know what we would need to make $12,000 a year? Let me take a look here. Let me show you this. Between $120,000 and $400,000 to make $1,000 per month. Now this came from a Google search. Now 3% would be if you had $400,000 and you had 3% annual dividend yield, and 10% would be if you had $120,000. That would be a 10% dividend yield. So, with that said, this $12,000 dividend yield, this account size over here would need to be $120,000 minimum. Well, at 12%, it would actually be a little less. I think it'd be like around maybe 100,000 times 0.2. Yeah. So you need $100,000 at 12%. So we're going to try to even do better than what that paperwork says. It says 3 to 10%. We're aiming for 12%. And if we can keep this up, we'll get 12% very easily with $100,000. And it looks like we are about 3 uh 3% of the way there to this $100,000 goal. So stay tuned. And as you can see, oh, and the buying power. So one more thing before we go, the buying power, it's $22.40 at the end of the month. Okay, so like for August, for July, this 55.50, I used that with the 30, which was 80 bucks, and I was able to buy into AGNC at 104.50. Okay. And then the month before, I saved these 3 months, and I was able to buy TWO. That's what I'm saying. Like I've been so focused on day trading and swing trading and trying to keep up with daily live streams and recap videos that I honestly even forgot that sometimes I even forget I have this account. It automatically creates monthly. So with that said, we're going to turn the reinvestment program on, right? Instead of buying 10 shares, 10 shares, 10 shares, what we're going to do now is turn the DRIP program on, or the dividend reinvestment program. And all these monies, so this $10 will actually start buying me 1 share a month of Coney, pretty much almost a share. Um, let's see, what's another good one here? 54. So every 4, 8, 12, every 3 months, this will pretty much buy me 1 share of ARB. Let's see, RWT or SCHD, 864.32. Yeah, so I mean, every year STWD would buy me 1 share a year extra, maybe a little bit more. But yeah, so with the reinvestment program, this $24, $40, $20, $40 is going to keep going into this account now. So that'll be, whatever that is now. So with all this money has gone back in, and now it's just going to be going back in more of a reinvestment. And I'm going to try to figure out a way to document that as well. Show appreciation of where I invested this and dividend reinvestment as well. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope that helped you guys a little bit. Want this, just comment below and I will share this with you. 100% free if you want. I thought it was pretty cool. Kind of have something to track, making $1 a day. Can't wait till it's $5 a day, and then say $10 a day. Um, Again, all we have to do is get to $32 a day to get my goal, and we're already making a buck at 16 a day, so we're almost there, but not quite, right? So follow along with the journey, subscribe if you haven't already, and we will see you all in the next video.